Shalom. It's Fallen Yeshua. Welcome again to The Rock, and I'm sleepy. Again. Oof. Hallelujah. First, I want to say praise the Most High. And I thank Him for keeping, obviously, us and all of my brothers out here in the Ozarks safe. We have quite a few, a lot of brethren here or relocating here, and we had a series of storms come through last night, and it brought a lot of tornadoes. There were a lot of tornadoes yesterday from Missouri through Arkansas, and all the reports that I'm getting from my brothers is they are all doing well. We had gusts of wind, 50, 60 miles per hour. They were touching down everywhere. They were up in the clouds. It brings a different idea when you read that verse in Proverbs chapter 1, when because you didn't take Yah's counsel, and then here is reproof. He says your destruction will come as a whirlwind. A whirlwind. Just think about whirlwind tornado. But also, I wanted to say one of the things that I think that people should have for weather, situations, wherever you are in this country, is, and I have two of them, but it's in a way, these miniature radios. These miniature radios come with a flashlight and a crank to charge it, and you can charge it solar. I just charge mine through the wall outlet. So you can charge a wall outlet, you can charge it solar, and you can charge it by cranking. And I have another one right here. You can tell I don't use a solar because the plastic's still on it. Has a flashlight. What's that one? Flashlight. This one I broke the flashlight. The only thing that works is the radio. But this one's from Midland, and this one is from some off-brand from Amazon. I think they both cost the same amount of money. But the thing I like about these things is, did I just turn it on? Oh yeah. The thing I like about these things is you will automatically. Let me see if I can.
Skies were cloudy. The temperature was 41 degrees. In Tennessee, Memphis report.
So I'm not gonna keep it on too long because it actually is tuned into your area. But it has 162.450 hertz, the band, so that you can get the national oceanic atmospheric, whatever the last A is. But you can get it'll issue you warnings if there's anything in your area. It'll turn on and start flashing the light by itself to let you know that a tornado is coming in your direction or your county has tornadoes, just warning you about what is taking place in the area. So you can, a lot of people rely on their phones. What happens if there is an issue with cell phone service and your phone does not warn you or your phone is not charged? I charge these things probably once every 3 to 4 months. So I'll just plug it in, leave it there overnight, unplug it, and bam, it's charged for 4 months. So there's two of them, and I would suggest that if you have, if you live in any area where there is inclement weather, hurricanes, tornadoes, snowstorms, high winds, whatever. Even if there's an earthquake, it'll let you know there's an earthquake that took place. So this is just something I think that you should have. I have them in my house. I have them all around my house. I have another one that I keep, and I have one that I keep in my vehicle because, if you do have to get up and go somewhere, or if you do have a storm shelter, it might be a good idea to keep one in your storm shelter just in case, because it's a great emergency item. A great emergency item. It just kind of goes into that idea of continued working towards continued preparedness. We've talked about a lot of things in this channel as far as preparedness goes. Things that I use, I'm not just talking about things that I just have that are cool that I can break out and show you. And hey, look, I have this thing, or you pull it out and it's brand new. It doesn't look used. This one you can tell it's used. The tip of the antenna is broken off. Yes, I use these. They're regularly used. We have some Baofeng radios here. The things that I talk about that we use here are things that I actually use. Because a lot of times, this idea of being prepared for something is just about buying a bunch of stuff and having it. You don't know how to use it. You don't know if it's quality. I've had this one for, look at this thing. You can tell I've been using it. Look, you see how the panel's kind of broken, kind of sunk in? on that side. It's supposed to sit like that. You see the panel's kind of broken, and that's why it's. Look at that. Yeah, I broke it. I dropped it pretty hard. Um, but it still works. The radio still works, which is why I bought them. But a lot of times people purchase things, and they purchase firearms, and their firearm sits, on a shelf or in a safe. Now if you're buying it for a collectible, if you're buying it for an investment, that's one thing. I understand that. I know a lot of people that have bought. I bought some myself. Some of the older, Mosin Nagants or Lee Enfield rifles or old 303 British SMLEs, things like that. Some people buy those things for collectibles. They wait for the value to go up. Not the Nagant revolvers. I remember back in the day, you can get a Mosin Nagant. I had my CNR license, QO and Relic license, and I could order them from online and have them shipped straight to my house. Well, I remember back in the day, you could buy those things for $60. Now they're going for $200-$300, and the numbers aren't even matching. So that sort of stuff I understand. For those of you that buy, let's say, your AR-15s, and they're safe queens. You keep them in your safe. There's no scratch. You make sure that you spray paint it, and you want the paint to always look good. It's that piece that you bring out and show people, but yet you tell people this is the same firearm. If something were to happen in the world, this is what you would be using. And I'm kind of lost. Like, that one? Do you shoot it? Is that the one that one right there? That's interesting. Because people don't use the stuff anymore. People have Bibles, and they don't read it. And their Bible has, it just sits on the shelf collecting dust. And every time, they come to your house, you look at their Bible, you're like, man, you open it up and it's like it's like LeBron James before a basketball game when he puts the powder in his hands, and it's like that, So that's how y'all Bibles be sometimes. The purpose of us having things are to use them. The purpose for us to have things is to use them. Or in a preparedness mindset, you put it away. But even then, let's say you put away food. You rotate through your food. You don't just put the food away and leave it there. You put it away and you rotate through it. The purpose of having it is to use it. If the purpose of you having things is to show it off, then you're missing the point. You're not really into preparedness. Just be real. You're not really into preparedness. So the things that, get the things that you need. I have another video coming out after I film this one. But get the things that you need right now. And use the things. Learn the skills today. Learn them today. I have my incubators right here. And, we've been hatching eggs. Hatching eggs left and right, left and right, left and right. Straight, left and right, left and right, left and right. There you go. We've been hatching eggs on an epic scale. An epic scale. Continuing to increase our flock, continuing to the point where we're broadening and we're expanding it now. But food is one of those things that people are not looking at right now, and I don't understand why. Gas. We were at the gas station yesterday, filling up my 15 passenger. Unbelievable how much gas it took. It's unbelievable. But the prices were $3.69 when I went to get it. And the lady said, wow, you got here just in time, because in 10 minutes, and this is, it was nighttime already. She said, man, you got here just in time, because in 10 minutes, we're raising the price up to $3.99. That's a 30%, or a 30 cents increase. And then I'm getting reports from all over this country of people saying, yeah, over here it rose 50 cents overnight. Over here it rose 47 cents overnight. Over here, somebody said it rose 72 cents overnight. Gas. If you haven't taken a look at your preparedness, it doesn't matter how much money you have. If everything rises in price and it starts pricing other people out, and now they're your neighbors and other people are around you, what's going to happen to you? Do you really, and I don't care how many people you have. Oh, I got a compound full of brothers that are strong and we can, we are definitely operators. Okay, that's cool. But let's just ask the question, and let's be honest. How many train like operators? You can go to your military. I was in the military, or I was over here, or I was from the streets. Well, here's the question. How many of your group are that? Are y'all training like you did in the military? Or do a lot of these people have civilian jobs? They go and they work at their seed business. They work in their electrical business. They go and work at Walmart. They work at the gas station. They're not training like they did in the military. You're not even in the shape that you were in the military. So if the world starts imploding and people start noticing that you're the one that has the resources, because you refuse to come out of her, you refuse to relocate to a place that's a bit more safe. Out here, there's plenty of food. Everybody out here has cows. And I'm so far out that it's not a hop, skip, and a jump to get here. Most of my brethren that I know that are living these lives, it's not a hop, skip, and a jump. They're not right outside of St. Louis or right outside of LA or right outside of DC. They're not right outside these areas. They are way out there for a reason. It's not a hop, skip, and a jump. And the people that are usually around them, if you bought in a half decent area, you don't have a bunch of meth heads and crackheads around you. Now, sure, are there drugs everywhere? Are there people that are sketchy everywhere? Absolutely. But even the people in the community know who they are. Even the people in the community know who they are. So they're the ones who warned you, who can warn me. Hey, if these people right here, they ain't with us like that. The community knows that. Because see, one of the things that I did is I made sure that my name in the community is good. So people don't look at me like, well, he's the one that we have to worry about. They can look at me and say, well, he's taking care of his business. So we don't have to worry about him, because there's a lot of people that are in the preparedness in these areas, whether it be a high level of preparedness or a low level of preparedness. Most people know that they have food at least where they can go out to their field and they could butcher a cow, or they could take a goat, or they could hunt, squirrel, they don't really rely on that out here, but kill one of their pigs, or there's wild hogs out here. Now there are those, or they have gardens. People they usually got some stuff put back. But the whole point is that you have to have the things to put back, and you have to use the things. You have to know how to use the things that you have in the first place. Because if you don't know how to use the things that you have, you can have a radio and not even know where to tune it to hear what the weather's even saying. You'd be surprised at how many people have stuff and don't know how to use it, or don't know the proper way of using it. I got a firearm, and then I go and shoot every third Sunday of every second month. You're like, so every second month, and depending on what you do, the Hebraic or the Hebraic year or the Greco-Roman year, Gregorian calendar. So you do it once a year? I'm just saying, get the proficiency that you need, get the training that you need, use the things. You'd be surprised of how many people have equipment and they've never used it. How many people have electrical equipment, but they don't know how to test the voltage of their battery. They don't know how to test the see if a circuit is live or not. They don't know how to do these things, but they have all the equipment, but they've never learned it. How many people have medical equipment and don't know how to use it? They don't know how to take a blood pressure without the machine. I'm talking about the cuff and the gauge. They don't know how to do that sort of stuff, but they have it. The old past, brothers and sisters, you will find rest for your souls. Preparedness. Prepare, because what you see going on over there, you're starting to see, it's starting to include more and more countries, and more countries. And this next video is about, they're stopping their exports. They're not sending food out. That's going to affect you. That's going to affect me. Even if we have all the food in the world, what about the people that don't have the food? What about the people who did not prepare? What about the people who didn't get their ark ready? All right. Bless y'all. Again, get yourself one of these. You can get them for $30, $40, $20, maybe even $20. But they work really, 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 really well. All right. Bless y'all. Shalom.